Wish me luck. Hello and happy Monday, everyone, or happy whatever day it is that you happen to be watching. So today we're doing a project that I've been putting off for quite a while, not for any particular reason other than I'm just really good at procrastinating. So we're going to be spending all day basically in the chicken coop and the chicken run. Basically the project is we're going to be taking down the old bird netting that was in here and putting up all new bird netting. What we had before was basically a really fast job. We were going on vacation and like 2 days before we went on vacation, we had a hawk attack, and it was new for us, and we lost 2 birds, and we were like, last minute, let's do something here. So we slapped up some pieces of bird netting. There was a big gap in the middle that it didn't fully cover, so there were 4 pieces, and finally decided, hey, it's not going to work out anymore. So just went and got a 50 by 50 foot piece, and today is gonna be attempting to put that up. So let's do this. The first step of the whole project was to pull down all the old pieces of netting. As I mentioned before, we used 4 small pieces of bird netting since we hadn't been able to find any large pieces when we originally started the project. These old pieces aren't going to go to waste. There are several garden projects I'm going to be using them for, but for now I'm pulling them down and rolling them up to put away until next year. There are a couple of reasons I decided to replace the old pieces with one big piece of netting. One of them is the large gap in the old netting right in the middle of the coop. This wasn't providing any protection against aerial predators and left the flock vulnerable to attack again. Another big factor is that I have one chicken that's an escape artist. Every time I thought I'd patched up the holes she was getting out of, I'd find her wandering around again. So I figured that maybe with one big piece of netting blocking everything, I'd be able to keep her in. I actually misjudged the amount of time this small section of the whole chicken coop project would take. I had also planned to tear apart the old chicken coop and build new nest boxes and roost spots in the shed. But I'll have to do that another time, just with how long this particular project took. So now that that whole debacle is done, we're gonna put up the new stuff. Yay. Wish me luck. I started putting up the new netting in the backmost corner of the run, between the garden shed and what will become the new coop. Since this is the section I've seen the Houdini hen sneak out of the most. I used zip ties to secure the material directly to the top of the fence to overlap as much as possible and avoid leaving any gaps that she could get out of. Stretching the netting up and over the little coop was the most difficult part, aside from detangling every little bit of anything that got caught in the netting, because of all the little lips and bumps that the net could catch on that roof. And the camera died. So you saw a little bit of what I got through, but let's go ahead and I'll show you the rest of it. There's a few things left to do, including going in and actually putting in the nest boxes in here and the perches for the birds. That's going to be a later project. So yeah, I'll show you what I did, and then I'll go a little bit over of what is left. And yeah, there's a little bit that I'm going to be finishing up here, and then yeah, it looks good. So here goes. All right, so the only spot that isn't as protected as I want it to be is there's this little gap right here, but I really don't think it's going to be that big an issue. It's the only spot really too that I can see where she would get out. I do have a little bit of extra of the old stuff that I can just overlap if I really want to, but we'll see. It's not a big deal if Escape Artist keeps getting out, but I just went around the edges here. This is the back of the coop, and this is down one of the shorter sides here. Hello, ma'am. Barn Cat is joining us. I just went along top here, zip tied. I've never seen her over in this section, so there's a couple like gaps right here where it doesn't quite fit that I just went through. It's really not a big deal. So again, never seen her come through right here. And then we're gonna come up to here, and there's like a little bit left. Sorry about the glare there, but I am not interested in trimming that because it was already such a pain to work with this stuff. So the last little section here is this. There we are, is this. And I'm going to be pulling it up and stapling it to that beam right across the top. So yeah, you guys get to watch me attempt to do that. We'll see if I can figure it out. I'm just using a step stool because I don't want to die on a ladder today. Hello, Barn Cat. And there you have it. Now we are done. There you have it. It's done for now, at least. I will say this, for anyone who is planning on using bird netting, it was the most frustrating material I have ever used in my life. I'm sure there are tricks for how to use it better. I would definitely say have more than one person do it, especially if you're using a 50 by 50 foot piece. But let this be a warning to you. It tangles on everything and anything immediately and always. I spent more time untangling this stuff than I did actually installing it. So yeah, be warned. But that said, I am very pleased with the outcome. It is so nice. It's not sagging anywhere anymore. I would definitely suggest one full piece if you're going to use any, just because it is absolutely ridiculous trying to use several pieces and overlapping them, and it just never works out quite right. I know, because of experience. So yeah, there you go.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to check out my Instagram and blog. If you like what you saw, please let me know, and I'll see y'all next week.